Hi everyone, welcome back to episode 99 Talkoffamepod podcast with your host, Kylie. And I'm so excited to have on Sideline reporter and host for WKU Hello Topper Football and reporter for WNKY, Lexi Schweinert. Thank you so much for on, Lexi.
Of course. Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to talk to you.
Me too. So what made you want to pursue a career as a reporter?
Well, I think it all started in high school. I just love talking to people and I wanted to make a career out of it. It's so fun to talk to people, meet new people, and tell their stories on a larger platform. I originally thought I wanted to do entertainment reporting, but switched the path and now I'm in general news and sports.
I love that. Like, were you always a sports fan and stuff growing up, or was it always something that you kind of do, like, became a fan of when you're in high school?
Yeah, well, I grew up in a really sports-oriented family. My grandpa played soccer, and he was actually in the 1964 Olympics team. So he was really good at soccer. And then my dad played professionally on the Milwaukee Wave, and my brother's playing college. So growing up, it was always all about soccer. And my grandma was a cheerleader, my mom was a cheerleader. So we were always around football and basketball. So just growing up in that household really reinforced the sports love in our family.
Yeah, that's how I was. Like I came from like a sports family as well. Everyone played baseball. I grew up at a baseball field because my brother plays baseball. My dad's a coach and stuff. So I always grew up at a baseball field every single day. Like that's really my second home since I was legit there every single day and stuff. So you are a sideline reporter and host for WKU Hilltopper. What's your favorite part about kind of working with the team and chatting with the players, basically?
It's so much fun. I mean, there's never a dull day at WKU. You might have heard about us we had Bailey Zappi as our quarterback last year, and now he's the backup quarterback for the Patriots. So he's made a lot of headlines. The team is just amazing. This community is amazing. We're amazing. We're kind of a college town, so people really rally around WKU, Western Kentucky University, and the football program. And I love just doing my job on the sidelines, doing the pregame shows, talking with the players, getting to know them off the field too, I think is really important. And it's just an absolute blast.
I love that. Like, what is like your favorite part about basically working for a team? Is for me, like my favorite thing about like maybe doing something in sports is like talking to the players is a huge part for me.
Yeah, I would say my favorite part is kind of like I said before, getting to talk to them and interviewing them about things that they like off the field. And fans really like that. So I know we had a couple players this year. One of my sideline hits was that two of the offensive linemen watch Spider-Man every Friday night before they play on Saturday. So they watch all nine movies. Like every Friday, they watch one of the movies. And obviously, there's more than nine games in a season. So at the end, once they get to the end of the series, they will start from the beginning. And number one, two, and three are their favorites. So people just thought that was so funny. These big offensive linemen watching Spider-Man.
That's hilarious. And so, like, do you have like a favorite like a player on the team that you kind of enjoy being around the most, or you kind of enjoyed interviewing them and stuff?
That's a good question. I think, all the guys are great. I think probably the one that your viewers might know the most is Bailey Zappi. Like I mentioned before, I got to interview him a few times last year, and he was a transfer from Houston Baptist, and not a lot of people knew of him. And he made a name for himself on the hill at WKU, and now he's in the NFL. And he was so humble all the time and just amazing and loved talking to us. And he was a really good guy. So I like talking to him a lot.
And so you also were vice president of the Association of Women in Sports Media. Can you kind of tell us more about the organization and its mission, basically?
Yeah, it's amazing. So the Association of Women in Sports Media was created for women in sports, which, a decade ago, 2 decades ago, there weren't as many women as there are now. So it's just kind
Mm-hmm.
of encouraging that narrative of women should be in sports. Women should have these positions that in the past maybe were always held by men. And I think
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to be a woman in sports sometimes
Mm-hmm.
because people doubt your abilities. They're going to ask you like, who was the coach in 1954? And if you don't know it, they're like, oh, you don't know sports. That can
Mm-hmm.
sometimes happen.
Yeah.
So I think just having a space like the Association of Women in Sports Media, where these women can connect with each other and network and encourage each other to keep pursuing a passion that they are so passionate, pursuing a career that they're so passionate about, I think is just so positive and uplifting. And I loved being involved in that organization. I actually just talked at their meeting a couple of weeks ago, and I just love to give back to those who helped me along my career.
And I love that. Like obviously in the sports industry, men is dominating women in sports, and it's so great to see like women dominating like in a men's field. Because sports is not only for men, it's for girls as well. And obviously coming from sports families like me and you, we obviously know a lot about sports, even though we might not know every single detail and fact about something, we can still know about this data and the players. That doesn't mean we don't know everything about sports. But like, why is it kind of important for women to be in sports?
I think it's important to just have, that inclusion. If women want to cover sports, if we're passionate about it, we should be able to. And I think, you know, us growing up, we saw other women that we looked up to, and you want to be strong for that little girl who might be watching us now. And I want everyone to follow their dreams. And if they want to cover sports, whether that be in front of the camera, behind the camera, writing, social media, I think everyone deserves to be included. And women can also tell a different part of the story. Like maybe you're not the X's and O's, like the play-by-play or color commentator guys, but on the sideline, you add some feature pieces or injury reports, stuff like that. And I just love seeing women in sports. And we're never going to leave the industry after we've made such headwaves in the past couple of decades.
100%. And so you're also a reporter for WNKY. What stories do you kind of most enjoy covering while working there?
Yeah, I'm actually at WNKY right now. So Monday through Friday, I'm a reporter here, and every single day it's something different. Obviously, with the general election coming up, we are covering a lot of political candidates and gearing up for voting day and the election and everything like that. But sometimes you'll do stories on COVID or schools or literally anything. Like I've covered anything under the blue sky. But it's so fun because you get to, again, I think I mentioned this before, tell the stories of people in your community and make an impact in where you live.
100%. Like, what is like a big kind of factor in today's society that people kind of should know in terms of maybe like making a difference, or maybe the midterm election coming up in a couple of weeks? So, like, what is like the biggest thing right now when covering and um reporting news, basically?
Definitely the election right now is a big thing, but I think any reporter wants people to know that we're trying to help our viewers and the work that we do. We're just trying to report factual information and help our audience. And we hope to inform people of what's going on and hot topics in society and things going on in their community. So all the work that we do is for the better of the general public.
I love that. And so, like, the last question I have for you is, what is some advice for people that are just kind of starting out as a reporter?
I would say it's gonna be hard. You might have some tears, a lot of smiles. Just keep your head up and keep working. I think the biggest thing in being a reporter is making connections. No matter where you go, have your business cards on hand and hand them out to everyone. And you never know who could help you later down the way. But if anyone wants to be a reporter, they can definitely reach out to me or other people in the industry. We're always happy to help.
That's amazing. Like, what is like a quality that someone needs to be a reporter, that or a journalist, that people kind of need, or like a or something to be kind of like a journalist?
I think being a good listener is really important because the people that you're interviewing, you want to be able to listen to them and follow up with good questions. And also, when they're talking to you, get the gist of the story or of their story. So that's definitely a good one. Being able to work in a stressful environment and working to a deadline is also important every single day. But that also comes with time, comes with practice.
100%. And so I just want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast and taking some time out of your day to come on. It was such great speaking with you, and I'm literally so happy to have you on. And thank you so much again for coming on. And we'll definitely speak soon.
Of course. Thank you so much, Kylie. Really enjoyed talking to
Of
you.
course, same to you as well. Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.